Hello Guardians, welcome back to Right Way Gaming, bringing you another video today this week. Yes, that's right, it's now Wednesday. We had the Destiny 2 official launch trailer on Monday, and I've not done a breakdown video on it because I don't feel there's that much to talk about other than the speaker. I mean, come on, the speaker's been caught, we kind of knew it would come in because he disappeared. You don't just disappear, it's that simple. We all know he's going to use him for the simple fact that he can talk to the Traveller, and that's what he's obsessed with. Game over. I'm going to be so wrong on that when the game comes out, and it's going to be so funny, and I'm not going to tell anyone and remind everyone that I said this. So well. Anyways, I'm going to talk to you today about what I feel they can bring to the endgame content of Destiny 2. This is different to the raid video I released yesterday. This is about the actual content outside of the raid, the patrols, the events, and quests, etc. So, first of all, I feel they could bring a random weekly quest reward. Now, most of the MMOs have this sort of quest, or quest line in some cases. You know, I played Star Wars The Old Republic, and they actually had a quest line every week that you could play. And it'd earn you credits, rewards, gear. Now, yeah, the gear was the same week in, week out, but that's where Destiny could make it different. The rewards could be different week in, week out. It doesn't take them that much effort to create a new weapon or a new piece of armor. And if they did that once a week on a weekly basis, people would be doing that weekly content without question. I know I would, because I'd be curious as to what I get, knowing it's going to be different to last week. Then next up, they could do events every week based on each faction. Now, this could be a quest line for the faction that you have to do every week to order to get certain rewards and certain gear. Now, if they did this, people that are aligned to that faction could get double the amount of gear for being part of that faction, but it means they have to dedicate themselves to it for a fortnight rather than a week. That's another idea. And it would also mean that people would have something different to do every week to do with their faction. Again, it's more weekly content that they could put into the game without much effort. Then next up, I want to talk about gear based on the opponent. Now, in other games, if you kill someone, it has a loot specific drop that might be a rare drop, but it has a drop nonetheless that is related to it. For example, if you killed a servitor, why not have a cracked helmet made out of a servitor or something along them lines that you can only get from killing that boss? That would make the outside content such more worthy of being grinded and to try and get that special bit of loot that many people not even know about until you get it, and it makes you feel that much more special for playing the game. That is another thing I feel they could do, but whether they do or they don't, I don't know. And the last thing I want to talk about today is they have modifiers in strikes and even quests. Well, not quests, but the daily quests now, as far as I know. There's no reason why they can't bring this to a per planet basis. So, for example, on Nessus, they could add a perk that gives Vex extra armor, but also gives you extra bonus damage for void weapons, for example, or something along them lines. You know, make it so that each planet has its own little intrinsic perks to make it different to the other planets that you're fighting on. And it could be the same with every single quest you do. If you're fighting a quest with a certain boss in it that's a void boss, then all void damage will be increased, and you will have to use void armor, and you'll also have to anti-void it with your own void weapons and such things like that. You know, they could literally make it so that each quest is different for a certain reason rather than it just being the story. This is something I feel they could make people do to replay the story on each character. You know, once you've completed it, why can't you go through it again by adding modifiers and gaining extra rewards for completing the quest on certain modifiers? There's no reason why they can't do it. It might take a little bit much effort, but again, it makes people replay the content, giving the game that much more depth and variance. I mean, Gears of War, look at that, right? You play through the storyline. Do you finish it there? No. You increase the difficulty, you gain more weapons as you play through the second time round. Why can't Destiny do that? There's no reason why they can't, because they have a normal mode and a hard mode. Now, why not bring it so that the hard mode gives you such more rewards for playing through that second time? I feel they could do this. Whether they will or they won't is another scene to be seen. Anyway, Guardians, hope you've enjoyed watching and listening today. Feel free to discuss everything I've talked about today again in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button because you know it helps me out, guys. You know it, so do it. Anyway, guys, I've been forgetting to mention it, but don't forget I am now sponsored by Boss Boxes, so if you feel like getting yourself some loot or even some, I don't know, perishables, then just go over there, use my code, which is WWGBB, to get yourself 10% off and help me out and help yourself out. Hope you've enjoyed watching, guys. I will catch you next time. Right Way Gaming, over and out.